Alright, well a massive thanks to everyone joining us again today for yet another POTA activation or two. I was due to come out to Arthur's Pass for work to complete a job, and that was going to take an hour and a half or so, and realised I had quite a bit of leave owing, and I thought why not make a day of it. This is by far one of my most favourite go-to locations or destinations in New Zealand. It's absolutely stunning, irrelevant of what the weather is like for the day, and so I thought if I'm going to be out there for work, I might as well try and get a couple of activations done. And so I called up Rick ZL3RIK from the Ham Shack, and I asked him what he was up to and would he like to head on out to Arthur's Pass as well and catch up and do some activations, and he was super keen, so that's what we did. I headed out there first to get the job done, and then we organised to catch up at a designated time and location to set up for a POTA activation or two. And this is just, if you haven't been out to Arthur's Pass, it's really one of those places you have to get to. There's a distinct or very distinct change in the scenery and the type of bush there, where you're going from the east coast, more sparsely populated forests I guess, to the west coast traverse there, where it gets into the rainforest with the beech forests and the honeydew and the tuis and the bellbirds and the fantails and just the smells of nature of that sort of sodden rainforest, and it's just incredible. The air is clean and crisp and beautiful, and so couldn't pass up the opportunity really. So was due to finish work at 4 PM, took leave and probably stayed here till about 6 PM and watched the sunset, if you can call it that, and hung out with the Keas at Death Corner. So this is just a bit of a ride into Arthur's Pass, so sit back and enjoy the scenery. It really is stunning, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later on as we come to our POTA setup location.
It's gonna last through the year. You have to be strong to get through the wrong, and it's gonna take a few tears. Now there's a chance.
Alright, well this is the transition I was talking about earlier, when you head from the east coast through to the west coast here into the start of Arthur's Pass, coming into the village itself. You can just see how dense that forest becomes to the left and right hand sides of the road there. So you've got that beech forest, that rainforest just densely packed in there, covering the foothills. And quite a bit of a surprise for the day, and nice enough too. We've got the Transalpine Express rail line there going from Christchurch through to the west coast, which is a fantastic trip to take if you haven't done it. You can see there at the very back of the train you've got the observation cart, so you can head out and have the wind rushing through your hair and check out the views and smell that fresh air. It's incredible. I believe it's a little bit pricey now to take the trip, but if you've got the cash available, it's something that is well worth doing at least once in your life. It's an incredible journey. Anyway, this was coming to Arthur's Pass, and I got the job done and then packed up and headed back to the meeting point, and this is where we are here at the Mount White Bridge, and we're going to get set up and get ready to go on air. As you can see, you've got the mist and the clouds rolling in there, and just absolutely stunning views as far as the eyes can see. There's Greg's vehicle there, and there's my vehicle, and this is the setup today. I'm using the Ham Shack DL40 link dipole. Great antenna. This is the first or second test of it. Setup was absolutely easy. The construction's fantastic. The links on the dipole are really well constructed and look really professional, and the setup only took a couple of minutes there. So these are just there's a photo of the links there of the dipole. There's a bit of a closer up one later on, and this is a view looking up the valley back towards Arthur's Pass. It's a bit rutted out from some of the four-wheel drivers and farm users by the looks of it. And there's a view back towards the Mount White Bridge. Here's another view just looking up that valley again from a different angle. I mean, the water was crystal clear. It was cold and icy and gorgeous. And here's the setup from a bit further back. You can see the links on the dipole there stretching across the gravel road, and set up in the back of the vehicle with the lithium power supply, and watching Greg get absolutely ravished by sandflies there, just destroyed. There they are on the inside of the window of the car. Somehow managed to get in there and bit us, or bit me the whole way home. Anyway, we'll head over and listen to Greg on the radio here.
Thanks
and check out some of the chasers that were
really
kind
nice
enough to
signal
grace
again,
us with
Rick.
their presence.
ZL3RIK, ZL1GUD.
Roger, 73.
Are you using a different microphone? Your voice has changed completely.
I'm using my headset, which is the same one I'd always use.
Okay, your voice sounded different. Okay, thanks Rick. We'll chat again. ZL3RIK, ZL1GUD.
ZL1 Golf Alpha.
ZL1 Golf Alpha, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, and you are a 5x7, 57.
Thanks for the 57. Let me just write this down. You're quite a lot of QSB, so you're between a 56 and a 58. It's up and down all the time. But yeah, very nice audio from you. So thanks very much for that. ZL1GA, ZL1GUD.
Yep, and thank you very much for the activations, and you have an enjoyable afternoon.
CQ, this is ZL1GUD, ZL1GUD, CQ parks on the air. Alright.
This is probably the worst I've ever seen it. These are the sandflies that are on the inside of the vehicle here. And the back window was no better. None of the windows were any better, to be honest with you. And I couldn't seem to get them out. Even on the drive home, there was still a few alive when we got back to Christchurch. So, unbelievable.
4 November Victor Whiskey, ZL1GUD.
Yeah, Roger, thank you for the 5-5 from QSL on Mount White Station, and Charlie Bravo 0084. You enjoy your activation there, over.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day. 73s. AJY, good afternoon. Lovely audio.
There you go. Afternoon, chap. You're about 5 and 5 here, a lot of QSB. A lot of QSB, about 5 and 5 into the North Shore, over.
Thanks for the 5 and 5. Gee, I can't even write. There's so many flies in my face. You're a 5 and 4, 5 and 5, but great signal from you. ZL1 AJY, ZL1GUD.
Okie dokie, no, said you between 5 and 5, 5 and 6, a lot of bit of QSB. But we're in Birkin Heath on the North Shore, so it's good going for middle of the day.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's very nice for the middle of the day. You went up to 5 and 6, 5 and 7 on that last over. So a lot of QSB.
You are gorgeous, aren't you? Hey? Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, for me, POTA is all about getting out there and exploring the nature and getting into these stunning locations. So it's a great activity on its own, irrelevant of where you go, but when you get to places like this, I don't know that you could ask for any better in life. The company, as always, was absolutely fantastic. Got to try out the THS DL40, the link dipole there from the Ham Shack, which Greg produces and sells, and the feedback reports were absolutely fantastic. I had hoped to do a more in-depth review during this trip, but the sandflies became a bit problematic. So Greg headed back to Christchurch after this, and I headed up to Death's Corner there at the Viaduct and spent some time with the Keas, as you saw, and they were absolutely incredible. Irrelevant of where you end up doing the SOTA or POTA, it's just amazing, but when you combine it with views like this, I'm not sure life gets much better than that. It was absolutely fantastic, and of course it wouldn't happen without all the chasers that were taking time out of their day to make contact, so big thanks to everyone there that did that. And a massive thanks, of course, to everyone else that's producing such great footage and videos and content for us all to enjoy. So a big thanks to you all. Until the next time, keep safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video, 73s, and catch you further on down the log. Cheers.